Hi there, Aries. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're looking at April 24th through April 30th. So we're getting to the very end of April. And of course, the sun moved into Taurus last week. Mars moved into Gemini. Communication and love are in your stars and everybody else's. And the stars of this week's show with a Taurus new moon, a Mercury extension, and a Venus re-entry. So that's a lot happening. Both Mercury and Venus are called inner or personal planets because they are located in between the Earth and the Sun. Their orbits are the fastest in the solar system, and their proximity or closeness to Earth makes them easy to relate to. If you mention Mercury retrograde these days, pretty much everyone knows what you're talking about and rolls their eyes and says, "Oh, is that why everything's going wrong?" The current retrograde has extended Mercury's usual tour of Aries from 3 weeks to 6, and has also increased Mercury's interactions with both Uranus and Saturn to about 3 times more than usual. These two planets have an opposite effect on Mercury. Uranus makes you crazy busy, and Saturn gives you the blues. So it's kind of like a bipolar disease. And these added interactions translate into more than the usual number of stops and starts. On Monday, April 24, however, retrograde Mercury begins backing into its second fire trine with Saturn. Even though trines are generally easy, Mercury is helping to remind you that if you didn't do something right the first time, this is your chance to make good. And if you follow that advice, you can opt out of getting a slap on the hand from Saturn. On Wednesday, April 26, the double Taurus energy of the new moon is free of conflict, poised to help you start something beautiful and long-lasting over the next 2 weeks. Venus is on schedule for a difficult re-entry into Aries on Friday, April 28. By the time Venus moves into Taurus in June, it will all have been battling its way through Aries for most of February, all of March, part of April, and all of May. So Venus has been on somewhat of a road trip slash horror trip because Venus and Aries are like water and oil. They don't like each other. This second tour of Venus through the masculine world of Aries has definitely made this year an especially challenging one for relationships and finances. Later on that same day, Mercury retrograde stirs the pot with a difficult second meetup with Uranus. When you combine the normal problems of Mercury retrograde, review, redo, repeat, with the erratic motion of Uranus, this is a time when if anything can go wrong, it will. Expect major disruptions to items at the top of Mercury retrograde's list: transportation, commerce, and communication. So in a nutshell, it's not going to be an easy week for you or anybody else. All you can do, Aries, is stay in your own lane and keep out of the way of everybody else. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again soon.